Alright, so today at Bcntlax, we're going to be doing a very big mesh review video. And so, we're going to be reviewing and comparing the biggest and some of the best wax mesh companies. So to start it out, I'm going to do it with probably the biggest on the market, which is East Coast. So East Coast mesh.
It's a strong piece.
Yeah. Here, I'll set it over here. So we got a strung piece right here.
Got it.
It's like really dirty. It's like a used head.
Tower strung there.
So, it's in an okay pocket. Not like the greatest we could do.
That was Tyler.
Alright, we got T-Dam from BCT stringing this up. Yeah. I'm gonna say that's pretty good. Pretty good channel. This is an Encore X, so it's kinda hard to get a channel in. But the mesh, let's talk about that. The mesh, it's very sticky, very sticky. When you first get it, why it gets so dirty, and we don't even, this is like a mess around piece that we just like throw in heads and mess around with. And so, as you can see from how sticky it was, it just like makes the mesh that much dirtier. It like dust, and it gets like so sticky, the dirt sticks right to it. And so like that's how we don't really play with this stick. It just gets so dirty. And yeah. So overall, East Coast mesh, people are like serious fans and like die-hard East Coast mesh, like, oh, if they're ever gonna order wax mesh, it's gonna be East Coast. And they're just like, there's some better companies out there, I'm sure there are. And we found a couple that we need to get out there, because there's some better mesh. So that brings me to my next piece of mesh, DMG. Alright, now here we have a piece of DMG mesh. The thing about DMG mesh is it's a fairly small company, one man, and like out of his house, it's like making mesh. And but the mesh in general. So the mesh is very clean, not as like sticky and tacky feeling as East Coast. Thing about the DMG is you can order it in either Stringer Shack or the Bcntlax. Bcntlax is slightly bigger size diamonds, and yeah, but honestly I prefer Stringer Shack. It looks cleaner, takes dye better, and colors turn out better. As you can see, like how great he dyed this. I don't know how good you can see that. That's like really clean. And I mean, for like, his trick is like he uses fabric marker to like touch up on areas he didn't dye that great. And that's a really good tip that you would use for dyeing mesh, and that's how he gets his colors so bright. And but it's not sticky. That's why it doesn't get dirty as quickly. Can I see a strung piece? Let's see. Alright. This is a piece of the Bcntlax. What I showed you, the iceberg piece, iceberg fade. That was Stringer Shack. This is the Bcntlax. Nike Elite 10 strung up. Honestly, I kind of like the Stringer Shack over the Bcntlax, but You can still get a pretty good channel. And real nice pocket.
Not that much weight either.
I mean, if you look closer, you can see it's a rolled shooter. Just smooth and nylon to give it a little snap. So, yeah. That's a strung piece of it. Honestly, I would prefer this over East Coast Dies and Throne, but it's just not as big as a company, and like you can't get that many orders out. So, yeah, this is DMG, and now I'm gonna be moving on to, let's see, some Southern Pride Rebel mesh. So, this mesh is fairly new. We got the like silver grayish fade to white. Now he uses dye, so it's all the colors aren't as nice as this, which uses fabric marker. And like I'll try and do a comparison on how clean it is, but this is like really clean. Like how he just stopped right there. And then this is still pretty good, but he dyed it, so yeah.
It is hand dyed.
Alright, yeah, it's hand dyed.
Give him credit.
I mean, obviously he's newer to like the mesh, and he doesn't know those techniques, but he'll probably find out. So, and the mesh, let's talk about that. Not just the dyeing, but the actual mesh. Stretches out really good. He uses Stringer Shack mesh. What I showed you with the DMG, that's what East Coast Dies uses. Honestly, I think it's better than Bcntlax. So if you're gonna order, it's also cheaper than Bcntlax mesh. So I would definitely use that. It's not as sticky as East Coast mesh, which I like. As you can see, it doesn't get dirty. And it's been used for like about a week or two. So that's how it doesn't get dirty. And then, alright, our last piece. Yeah, that's our last piece. No, this is our last review. And so, this is a piece of the Bcntlax mesh. Say, I don't know what you would call this. What kind of mesh?
Wax.
Yeah.
That's a USA stripe.
Alright, it's like a striped piece, I guess, custom. Honestly, like you see this from a distance, and you're just like, wow, that is an insane dye. Like I'm getting a piece of DMG that looks almost identical to this, but I'm gonna tell you, this is Stringer Shack, yeah. Wait, let me see. Alright, yeah. So mainly, most of the mesh we've been doing in this video is Stringer Shack, the raw stuff before they wax it, and same goes for this. But from what I can see, it's bleeding a little, though the dye is, and I think it kind of looks like he dyed it after he waxed it, which is, I don't know, not that smart. You'd think it would have been a better quality of stuff, but you know, it waxes, it loses its wax quite a bit. I don't know if you can. Alright, I'm gonna just do it. Just like, I don't know if you can see that. There's like a couple of wax things right there.
Just by switching it out.
I mean, just by going like that and like wax is everywhere. Also, it's like almost more sticky than East Coast. But like East Coast doesn't have as much wax, it's just stickier coating. This is sticky, it's heavy coating, and it weighs a lot. So, anyway, that brings us to a conclusion. We have one more piece. This is the Bcnt prototype piece. This stuff is pretty good. It has not been strung up in a stick yet. It has just been waxed with our secret formula. And we use Bcntlax because that's where we ordered from. And yeah, this stuff's pretty good.
You want to show them the argyle?
It's minimal to no flaking. And yeah, it is 100% waterproof. And we'll be giving a free piece out once we hit 30 subscribers.
No, yes. But if you want to try a prototype.
But if you want to try a piece, you can contact us at Bcntlax12. Bcntlax12@gmail.com, and you can just email us. We'll hook you up for a piece of mesh for like, I don't know.
Free.
Yeah, basically $5 to free, considering on if you want it dyed or something crazy. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. Alright, and here's the Bcntlax, and we're gonna show you a different like kind of it, like a different kind of dye.
I'm stringing it right now.
Alright.
You're gonna pound it.
We're in the middle of stringing it, and let me tell you, the color is already like starting to fall off, because like when you pound it, it just like loses color. You like see from a distance, you're just like, wow, that's a pretty nice dye, but like it's not. That's all I gotta say about this.
What's your favorite?
My favorite DMG. My least favorite Bcntlax. Peace, YOLO swag.